name is Clifford McLean. That's C-L-I-F-F. Cliff, that's what they call me. M-C-C-L-A-I-N, McLean.
And your title, sir?
I'm the Senior Project Coordinator for the Community Development Department, or in other words, the manager of Vera Davis McClendon Youth and Family Center.
And what is it that you do here? What service do you provide?
Well, we provide a lot of social services as well as art and capoeira and different things. Plus we have 4 fellowship meetings here. We have an NA, a CA, and 2 AA meetings, one being a stag.
You have a computer center.
We have a computer center, thank you. Yes, we have, as you can see along these blank banks, we have 12 computers that are online with flat screens for use of the public, for children or students for after school. Also, many of the services that you try to access, you can only access them by computer. So that's why we have the computers for public access. And also some training so that people can become better equipped to utilize the computer.
And what will you do with all of these donations?
Well, with the help of the Venice Chamber of Commerce with Mr. Alex, we are going to auction these clothes off, and we're going to create a fund which we'll call the Gabor Fund, for low-income and homeless people to acquire some helps for them, like blankets and toiletries and and things generally of that nature. Because as the Prince had spoke to me about this was what he said was on Jaja's heart. She wanted to do something for the really disadvantaged of Venice. Especially during these times that we have now, with the weather being as different as it is, and sort of helping them to get through this. Okay, great, thank you.
Prince?
Yes.
Want to talk to me too? Okay. I don't have to introduce myself, no? I'm Frederick. Here you are. Forget about the title and everything. I'm just I'm very happy to be here this morning and to donate this stuff. Because many times over the years, especially the last 9 years since my wife is in a wheelchair and doesn't go out anymore, I always ask her, what am I going to do with all the clothes you have? You have so many clothes, it's so full, I can't throw them away, and what am I going to do? You want me to sell them, or what do you want me to do? And she says, don't sell them, just give them to the homeless. She did over years so many things for the homeless, especially for this shelter here. And she worked here when she slapped a policeman, and she got some, she had to do some hours here. And she fell in love with the people and with the owner and all the workers here. And she fell in love with the community, and she knew there's lots of need in the community. There are lots of homeless people, lots of needy people. And over the years, when she went out, she always held them. Thanksgiving or on every event, she came down and she donated some things. And because she wanted me to give these things to the shelter here, and especially because, as Cliff said, the weather, it's a terrible weather. We had a tough winter this year, very cold and lots of rain, and people need clothes. And I called up Cliff and I said, I think it's the right time, especially my wife in and out of the hospital, and she wants to do good things. I want to do good things. I said, I'm going to donate this stuff. Now, that's not all. There's some more to come. This was only 1 carload. Can't put more in the car, but there's much more stuff. And I hope he's going to give some of the sweaters and things like that to the homeless, and the rest, which is more valuable, he's going to auction it off and uses the money for the homeless, feed the homeless. homeless or whatever they need. I love that, and my wife, if I'm going to tell her when I come home and say, look, this happened, it's probably a good medicine for her. She will feel very good. She was in the hospital. I'd say no, she had to go to the hospital yesterday. She had a hard time breathing, and her blood pressure went high up. And so we went to the hospital. They checked her through and took care of a couple of things. Took care of her lungs. They found out she has a slight pneumonia, and she has some kind of infections, and her blood pressure has to go down. So she will be home today, and she will be connected to lots of antibuy for the next 40 days, and hopefully we get it done. She did it a couple of months ago. She had pneumonia at 94. The doctors told me that's dangerous, 94 and getting pneumonia. But she has a very strong heart. The heart is kicking it out, and she did very well. She kicked it out, and hopefully she's doing it this time. She's a fighter. She's 94, but she's a fighter. She wants to go on with life. Having good people around her, having positive people around her, she thinks positive, and she wants to go on.
Well, today, the Vera Davis Center, we got clothes donated from Prince Frederick Van Holt. That's Jaja Gabor's husband. Jaja Gabor, she's a big donor during the holidays. She provides us with, holiday assistance like turkeys to over 300 people. And today she donated her wardrobe that she wore in TV shows and movies. And these clothes, what we're gonna do, we're gonna auction them, and the proceeds are gonna go to help fund our programs in the community.
Okay. I noticed you guys did a turkey giveaway for Thanksgiving, and this auction is pretty big coming up. What would you like to just tell people who come to the center just for those holiday events and events like this?
I just want to tell the community, to come out and participate and just help us out. It's going to be an auction, but whatever they can afford, whatever they like, they can start it off with $1.
Okay.
Anything helps.
Why were you here today?
Well, I volunteer here twice a week on a continuous basis, and I was here for the turkey handout when he brought the turkeys in November, December. I was here volunteering there, and I've just been volunteering in the community for quite a few years.
Right. I noticed you were helping today bring in Jaja Gabor's clothes and stuff like that, and you actually got to meet her husband. What was that like for you?
Well, it was the second time I met him. It's always interesting to meet interesting people.
Okay. Well, just anything you just like to add to volunteers who might want to come down to the center for future events?
It's a multi-purpose center, and if anybody have any spare time, we could always use volunteers in one capacity or another.
I'm here today because there's an event going on here in Venice. I'd like to take part in it.
Okay. And what was that event today?
Well, Jaja Gabor donated some clothes, and I'm so glad that she, they thought of us in Venice. She came all, sent her husband down here to donate some clothes to Venice. This is the Vera Davis Center that we're at.
Okay. So I noticed you were helping with bringing the clothes in.
Yeah.
And actually you got to meet Jaja Gabor's husband. What was that like for you?
It would always feel good to meet, new people, people such as him, It always feels good to meet new people. And I was glad to be able to help because I live right here in Venice too, so, yeah.
Okay. Anything you just like to add, just people who want to volunteer in the community, just what should they do, to better the community?
Well, better the community by thinking positive and doing good, staying away from drugs and staying away from gangs.